Hello, everybody. It's National Red Wine Day. Who is partaking? Happy Friday. What a week. What a couple of weeks this has been. This is Nikki Lamberti. For those of you who don't know me, I am in Sonoma County, specifically in Santa Rosa, California. And we are safe and we are good, but it has been tumultuous out here. So I thought it might be fun to turn our attention and our hearts for just a minute to some fun, light stuff like wine, but sending all of my well wishes, thoughts, and prayers to not only wildfire affected areas here in California, but of course the hurricanes that are also coming across Louisiana and Texas. So enough of that. Let's have some wine. Selfishly, I also wanted to come live to you today to celebrate this wonderful holiday because I'm using a new streaming platform. And for those of you who have seen me do Facebook Live before, this might look a little bit different. And bear with me while I'm sort of playing here with all my different things like the countdown clock. But one of the fun things that this platform has is if you comment, there's some fun things that we can do. So first of all, comment and just let me know that you can hear me okay, that you can see me okay, because while I've done a million Facebook Lives, this is coming in a little bit differently. So comment below so I know that you're here and that you can hear and see me. And I'm just going to give a quick wine tip is basically what is going to happen. Let's see. So through my time as a wine educator for the last 8 years working at a winery here in California, I have had the chance to, host a lot of people and pour wine for a lot of people. In between my interactions with our guests at the winery and then just friends and family, I get a lot of the same questions all the time about people who already enjoy wine, but have a lot of questions about why they like what they like or why they don't like what they don't like and what are the right words to describe things like that. So I am going to be starting a series and coming to you each week with just a quick wine tip. And also working on a cheat sheet that I'll make available to everyone with just some things that I have found really helpful over the years that help me to enjoy wine just a little bit more. So first of all, hopefully you have wine in your glass. Feel free to comment below and let me know, what are you drinking? Hi, Robert. Hi, Judy. Hi, Jody. I'm looking at who is tuning in. Yeah, let me know what's in your glass first and foremost, and let me know if it's dry. So that is the topic. Hey, Annette. Annette actually has been a guest of mine at Pride Mountain Vineyards. That's how we met, and a fellow East Coaster. So good to see you, Annette. Hey, Robert. Also someone I've become friends with through my time at Pride. Oh, and Lacey's here. Lacey's one of my coworkers. Hey, Lacey. Look at this fancy system where I can, make you guys celebrities on the screen. Pretty cool, right? Thank you all for tuning in and for supporting as I'm learning this new platform. So yeah, what I want to talk about is the wine that's in your glass, Lacey, Pride Syrah, is it dry? So dry is a word that comes up a lot when I share wine with people and they take a sip and they go, oh, that's dry, right? So I just want to clarify very simply, the word dry has two different meanings in wine, okay? If you're a wine nerd and into the chemistry and making wine, like many of us are, the word dry means the opposite of sweet. Okay, so there's a spectrum of wine from sweet to dry. And when we pick the grapes, as we're getting ready to do over the next couple weeks, and we crush them and we either add yeast or let natural yeast, do its job, the yeast eat all the sugar, if you let it, and they convert it to alcohol. Woohoo! Which is what we love. Now, if you let that fermentation process go all the way, then all the sugar is alcohol. So the wine is dry, meaning there's no sugar in that wine. There's no sweetness on the palate. So that is one of the applications of the word dry for wine, right? But the other one has to do with not a flavor. It has to do with a texture. So sometimes I'll share a wine with people and they'll taste it and they'll make a face. Usually the mouth kind of puckers up and they go, oh, this wine's really dry, right? Well, that is more of a texture than a taste. And dry, that dryness that you feel often with red wines, has to do with tannin. Tannin, which is just naturally occurring in grapes and comes primarily from the skins and the seeds of the grape, a little bit from an oak barrel if it's aged in there. Tannin is what gives us that perception of, oh, it's chalky, it's astringent. I have a fuzzy sweater on my teeth if it's a really tannic wine, and we say, oh, that wine is dry, right? So you guys, like, no wonder so many people are confused about wine and how to describe the things that they like when a simple three-letter word like dry, that's three letters, right? Yeah. A simple three-letter word like dry has two completely different meanings in wine, okay? So be specific when you are in a store and you ask for the helper at Wonderful Total Wine to come over and you tell them what you're looking for. When you say like a dry wine, are you talking about not sweet? Or are you talking about tannic and that chewy, chalky astringency, which many of us love? A wine can be dry, not sweet, and dry tannic, or it can be sweet and tannic, or it can be dry and not tannic, right? So they're two different things. More often, they sort of go hand in hand. You know, most of the high-end premium red wines, happy Red Wine Day, that you would enjoy, especially from, you know, wineries out here in Napa and Sonoma, they're going to be dry, meaning not sweet. And they're usually, depending on the grape variety, if it's Cabernet Sauvignon, if it's Merlot, if it's Petit Syrah, that's for another day. We'll talk about sort of the spectrum of tannins, but normally the wine will be dry, not sweet, and also have a dry texture to it due to tannin. So I just wanted to address that because I get a lot of questions about that. And one of the things I think is important as a wine drinker, if you're trying to expand and try different things and not always reach for the same thing on the shelf, is to develop a vocabulary so you can know what you like and you know how to ask for it and make the right purchasing decisions. So that's my lesson for you on dry. That's it. Short and sweet today. I am actually drinking a wine from literally like around the corner. This is Wild Thing Old Vine Zinfandel. The winery, Carol Shelton, is literally around the corner in Santa Rosa. They have a tasting room, but these vines are from Mendocino, so up north. And it's a beautiful Zinfandel. And, you know, even being a certified wine professional and a wine educator and now a winemaker getting ready to launch my own wine, I'm not going to lie, I bought it because the label. It's very cool. So we'll talk about that too in future sessions. But if you enjoyed this, if you found this helpful, drop a comment below. And then also if there are other questions or topics that you'd like me to hit on as we go through this week by week, let me know what you're curious about. What have you always wondered about wine? But for now, we're just going to drink it. We're going to say cheers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is well and safe and that you enjoy the rest of your National Red Wine Day. Cheers, my friends. She's dry and dry. Dry squared. Bye, everybody.